So we are back into business.
In His presence, mounting up on wings like an eagle. Glory heavy, so I gotta let go of my ego. Got the Holy Spirit and we go wherever. That is my amigo, yeah. In His presence, mounting up on wings like an eagle. Glory heavy, so I gotta let go of my ego. Got the Holy Spirit and we go wherever. That is my amigo. Holy Spirit, come down. Oh, we need you right now. There is no substitute. All we really need is you. Yeah. Holy Spirit, come down. Oh, we need you right now. There is no substitute. All we really need is you. Yeah. In His presence, mounting up on wings like an eagle.
Salut. Bienvenue sur ma chaîne Voyage Avec Moi Cari. Hi. Welcome to my channel Voyage Avec Moi Cari. If you guys don't know, I am a sophomore in college studying double majoring in theology and psychology. I say that a lot of people usually make comments like, oh, you must be smart, like you must like reading, you know. And I wouldn't say all of that, like I'm intelligent and stuff, yeah. Well, listen, college is a whole nother level, and I don't like reading. Actually, I wouldn't even say I like reading at all. Like, I might enjoy reading a certain thing, like reading poems or reading stuff about the brain or behavior or psychology, anything to do with psychology and counseling and stuff. I might enjoy reading the Bible. Now, I do enjoy reading the Bible, but in general, do I like reading? No. I chose psychology and theology, one of the majors where you read a lot, and it's very compact, packs up and stuff. But yeah, I chose psychology because I'm really interested in becoming a youth counseling psychologist, and the main reason is because, to be honest, I want to be very open with you guys. A lot of information pertaining to what I'm about to say I cannot go into detail with, but I'm gonna at least mention this. Throughout my life or in my life, I have experienced a lot of traumatic circumstances throughout my development, throughout my life, and it has impacted me as a person. And I want to be able, specifically for youths, to be an advocate, to be someone who they can come to, someone they can talk to, someone that can support them, not just in the space of counseling, but even outside when they're dealing with things that may pertain to home situation, things that may pertain to school, things that may pertain to mental health, substance, violence, abuse, all of that. I want to be there for you. So not just in the sense of me counseling youths and whatever that pertains to, but I want to be able to go into these different communities and not just do one thing and then go. I want to be invested. I want to be like an impact and have relationship to help them personally. It's not about me oh yeah, I did that. It's about they were helped, there was a positive impact, and I'm just happy I was able to be someone that God used to help me in that aspect. Why? I don't want to say it like that, but I'm just theology came into the picture. And it's not even just theology just came into the picture and fit into my desire, fit into psychology, yeah. But I don't know what it was. I remember it was around the time where I already wait, did I? Oh no, I didn't. I was preparing for graduation, and in preparation for graduation, I was also applying to some colleges. And I don't know, I feel like it was a combination of something specific and like an overall thing. I've always been interested in, always had the desire to minister, but I was never 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 in the picture. Theology, pastoral ministry was never in the picture. I was like psychology all the way, but for sure I was thinking of like just helping in the church with youths, whether that is Bible study, whether that has to do with youth ministry in some form, like Sabbath school or music or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I was gonna be involved. I also have a personal group slash page. I say group slash page because it was a group and like long time, and then most recently we were a group, but we have to like figure some stuff out. So right now I am currently doing it on my own, but it's still like a group, so there's still opportunities for people to join. But I created this group when I was 12 years old to share God's message of hope, to share his gospel, and I was more specific to it's always within, like, God is a foundation, his message to be preached, delivering it to God's people and the world out there. But because of a lot of the pain and trauma that I have experienced and the things that I've seen around me, I wanted to share hope, to share peace, to share that there is someone that loves you, there's someone that could be there for you. And I feel like from my own experiences, it was really hard to fully comprehend that, because I was within a family where I believe like they were, to me at least, full on Seventh-day Adventists. They were, but to me they did not express that. There was a lot of things that's going on that's one of the things I'm not going to go into, but I'm just like, God, you're seeing everything that's going on, but why are you not doing anything? Like, you're saying that you're supposed to save people. Why are you not saving me from this situation? Like, you said that you're the one that's supposed to bring me joy, but I'm stuck here in the situation and I'm sad and I don't care for life. Like, it was really dark, and even right now it's not the best, as you may see in previous videos on this channel and on my other channel. But God is always my foundation. I will never let God go. I remember specifically God calling me to service, to God calling me to ministry. I've heard his voice loud and clear, like a literal voice, and I decided to get baptized and start my page. I don't remember if I think I did that after I got baptized. But back to what I was saying, I felt like God was calling me to pastor a ministry. I don't remember like specifically what it was, but I felt it. And I'm just like, to me it wasn't something I could get confused with my desires, because listen, I don't want to be I didn't really want to become a pastor. Like, to be honest, right now I don't really mind, but I really still have that desire to help youths in that specific psychological way, in counseling and the different forms and advocacy or whatever. Yeah. So I'm just like, how do I do that? Like, I'm not gonna go against God's will. I'm not even certain as to how exactly he wants me to be in ministry, specifically pastoral ministry, and if that is the case, which I believe it is, and I might just be trying to make excuses and run away, but I still want to be able to help youth, and I'm just trying to trust God's process, God's guidance, and God's will, and walk where he leads me to go. So currently, yes, I am still doing psychology and theology. I thought of like dropping one If like I'm for sure God says drop it, you're doing theology, you're doing pastoral ministry for sure. Like there's no need to have a backup plan or to have that there. But I'm just thinking I'm gonna still pray about it continuously, but I'm thinking like even if I know for sure that the path I'm gonna go to like just exclusively is pastoral ministry, I still want to have that aspect, because even if I'm going to be there, I still want to be able to help youth in that way. So yes, that's that. That's a lot. I was a part of the gymnastics team. It was nice. I actually really liked it a lot, but I came out of it like mid spring of last year because it took up a lot of my time. The practice was like from 6 all the way till night sometime, and usually I take that time to like study and do my assignments. Also, like even after it's finished, I'm usually drained, so I can't do anything after that. So yeah, and that's that. Also, health wasn't the best, so it was like affecting my performance in the gym as well as my class. So that's that. I was also a officer in the Active Minds Club this year, my sophomore year, as well as an officer in the Caribbean Club. And I am thinking of starting a poetry club. We are going to see if we can find a sponsor. This is off the record and unrelated, but I just find it real interesting when I have a mission, like full-blown passion, desire, interest, that somehow I just go ahead and talk to strangers like it's nothing. Like if you know me, I am really not that social. I am shy. I have social anxiety. And first of all, I don't even know where the social anxiety comes from, because shyness and social anxiety is similar, but it's not the same. To continue, I'm sorry, this is very poor quality. The lighting is not that great, so that's why it's dark. And I would say I feel closer to God. Oh, light is good. Anyways, I feel like there have been experiences that I've had here that involved people or things or events, as well as things that may not be here, people that might not be here, but it still impacted me or affected me when I was here. Affected me in many different ways, including spiritually. Hold on, somebody is passing. So yeah, I would say a lot of things tested my patience. Like any, a lot of people would be like, he's testing my patience, this is testing my patience. But like, to be honest, there are experiences that we face or that we experience or go through, and people that we come across and interact with or have relation with, and we just have to continue to practice patience, practice love. And a lot of times we get caught up with how society and how some people in our relation want us to think about love and to perceive. Love is patient, love is forgiving, love is understanding. But there are certain experiences, from my experience, where you're in a certain relation and understanding how that person and the things that they do and the things that they say and the way they impact you within that relation, sometimes you have to let that go. And letting that go doesn't mean you no longer love them. Letting that go doesn't necessarily mean you no longer care for them. Letting that go doesn't mean you don't love them, or that you don't forgive them, or that you're holding a grudge. There are times where God wants us to be in that place for a specific reason and for a specific time. And there are times where He wants us to react a certain way. Sometimes certain things come to an end. And I can't specifically say what it is, but I have been in a very toxic relation. It's not romantic or anything, like, it's not like that. It's I don't know, the only word I could give you to explain it will tell you the whole thing. I didn't have no choice to be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna cut this off because it's toxic. I'm gonna cut this off because it's killing me emotionally. Like, I was in a place where, girl, I tell you, I could have been insane, but it's only because of God that I still have my sanity. Like, no lie, I'm not even exaggerating. It's yeah. But and when I was physically in that place, I've countless times tried to make things work, countless times trying to understand this person, countless times making excuses for them. It's hard, especially when the person that you're in relation with that is doing all these things and you're experiencing all these things, they also brought spirituality to you, they also brought Jesus to you, and they're using all sorts of stuff to justify what they're doing. Like and like, how are you? That's just crazy. Yeah. So then I made up a whole plan. I was like, yes, I'm gonna come here. I am gonna experience a tremendous breakthrough. I am going to get my life fully together. Like, I'm a student. Obviously everything is not gonna be together, but I'm just like, yes, I'm gonna be freed. I'm gonna be freed. And I came here with a huge weight on my back, and I was like, am I not supposed to be free? God, am I not supposed to be freed? And I don't know what it is, but I came here, and then a whole bunch of health problems just happened. And I don't know if it was because I was in a environment where I am so fixed on survival, where I didn't notice what was happening to me, what I was going through health-wise. Like, I noticed that I had health problems, but it wasn't to me. It wasn't to the extent that it is. I went to 3, I believe, hospitals, but I've gone to the hospital or to the doctor so many times, and nobody can tell me what in the world is wrong with me. I like this lights. We're gonna stay here. Is that somebody? Because if it's somebody, I'm leaving. And what killed me was the fact that I didn't know the problem. Nobody knew the problem, but I still had to, like, it would happen regardless whether or not I knew what it was. I was like, why am I not okay? So on top of that, things weren't getting better with health. Then I started worrying about finances because I didn't know how I was going to pay for school continuously. I didn't know how I was going to survive when holidays arrived. I don't know how I was going to provide for myself food wise. I didn't know where I was going to stay, like housing, and how I'm going to pay. Like, I was just like, how am I going to do this? This required a lot of my patience. This required a lot of me going to God and asking for guidance, asking for how do I respond, asking what do I say, what do I do I wait, and yeah. And I feel like, sometimes you look at our lives and we're like, I feel like this is a decision, this is a interaction, this is a situation where I don't need to come to God with. This is like my stuff. Like, let me just deal with it. Like, I know how God wants. I know how I'm supposed to react to this, or what I'm supposed to decide. So I'll do it on my own. But I've realized, which I think I already knew, but I didn't really practice that much, that you should come to God anyway, Come to God with everything. Don't mind how I look. I am extremely tired. I don't feel good. I don't know why. 3 things. So the first, favorite and least favorite things about college. Second is plans, things that I'm excited about, and the last is any advice I would give. Let's start with least favorite thing. like, it's not terrible. Like, I would rate it a 1 out of 10. But yeah. So I would say the food options is like, for me, is that I had to come into a room that was not cleaned, and I found that very odd and or contradicting. My thing is, if you're going to charge residents because you feel like it was not left clean, are you not going to clean it afterwards for the other people? If you're going to be giving someone somewhere to live, whether or not they're paying, that's like the basic thing. And the fact that's even more reason because I am paying. I really like the gym. Called True Revival.
Gotta let go of my ego. Got the Holy Spirit and we go wherever. That is my amigo. Yeah, 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 yeah. In His presence, starting up on wheels again. Glory heavy, so I gotta let go of my ego. Got the Holy Spirit and we go wherever. That is my amigo. Holy Spirit, come down. Lord, I need it right now. There is no substitute. All I really need is your Holy Spirit, come down. There is no substitute. All I really need is your in His presence, mounting up on wings like it. Glory heavy, so I gotta let go of my ego. Got the Holy Spirit and we go wherever. That is my amigo. Yeah, 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 yeah. In His presence, mounting up on wings like it. Glory heavy, so I gotta let go of my ego.